Alrighty, guys, it's time. It's time to tear apart the shrink wrap and find out what's inside the box here. We got another good one here. This is a heavy monster. Holy cow, this is pretty heavy. Close Quarter Battles Waterloo. This is by Lock and Load Publishing. So everyone drink. You have to drink. That's the rules. You know the rules. Alright, Close Quarters Battles Waterloo. Let's open the shrink and find out what's inside the box, shall we? Alright, get rid of this stupid shrink wrap. Looks better already, doesn't it? At least not so glossy. Good looking artwork on the front cover, really good. Let's check out the back. Here we go. So the scale of this is going to be infantry units represented either a company or a half company of skirmishers or a half battery. Time scale, each turn represents about 5 minutes of turn. Game scale, each hex on the map represents about 25 meters of actual terrain. Playing time is between 2 and 4 hours depending on the scenario you choose. Players is 12 and up for 2 players. Executive producer David Heath. Associated producer Devin Henkel and Blackwell Hearn. Game design and development is Andrew Glenn. Complexity is 6 out of 10. And solitaire suitability is 7 out of 10. This is really good, actually. I hate it. I really do. When companies just put like a little graph on their games and they expect you to figure out like what the number is, I appreciate that. It's a little touches like that that I appreciate. What can I say? So, hey, Camp Sawyer, what's going on? Been interested in this for a bit now. Yeah, so let's check this game out and see what we got. All right, good looking cover. I do like that. And what I'm going to do is actually... if you guys give me just a second, what I think I'm going to do is zoom out just a little bit. Just like one step. If I could zoom out like one step farther, that'd be awesome. You know what? I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. That's fine. That's pretty good. It shows most of everything. Alright, so let's see what we got in the box, shall we? So we got our typical lock and load things here with good informations, and then you got your Waterloo one, which is nice. All right, we got our Waterloo. Again, I really like game companies that put spiral bound. We're going to look at this in depth in a little bit. I'm just going to set it aside for now. This is the core rules. We have the companion book and really good artwork there. We'll look at this in detail again in a little bit. What I want to do is keep going through the box here. So, what do we have? We have maps. These are not paper maps. These are on the cardstock cardstock board. So they're hopefully going to lay a little bit flatter than like normal maps. Good one there. Good looking map. Good looking counters. Or good looking terrain. I like how the hexes don't take up, you know, all of your eyes. Your eye is focused on the terrain, but you can still see the hexes. I do like that. So that's a good plus right off the bat. And of course there is a second map. Alrighty. And there, I could zoom the camera out a little bit to show you guys the maps. Then maybe we'll zoom back in a little bit. If I can get the mouse to come over here, that'd be great. Thanks, buddy. Zoom. I'm going to zoom my camera out And I do have the camera kind of right here very close, so I'm going to kind of just push it up a little bit so we can see what how the whole map looks. And I can't even push it up that far. Oh, let me turn it this way. All right, let's really crank it up, shall we? Boys and girls, shall we? All right, so that's kind of one of the maps. Turn track is over here. You got your zone B, zone C, zone A over here. Again, on the non-paper, it's like cardstock paper, cardstock map. All right. Now I'm going to zoom back in because now we won't have to worry about. Come on. About taking up too much space. There we go. I'm also going to turn down the brightness just slightly. Okay. So we got counter sheets. And good looking counters here. Very thick counters. Alright. Dual sided, obviously. Obviously the blue are the French. You got some British here in the red. I'll see about zooming you guys up right and close here. Yes, the hex lines are muted. Nice. Yes, I do agree. I like that as well. Trying to get this. Got to hold my hand up. There we go. All right. So there you got some British units there. Good looking counters. Nice. Pre-rounded counters. Punch in. Punch out. And I'm going to show you, because this is kind of important. A lot of times when you got pre-rounded counters, you'll get little nibs and stuff on them. But you can tell this is pretty nib-free here. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in on me there. So you got a little bit on the edge there where the little nibs are, but not too bad, to be honest. That is a close view of my hand, by the way. So that's pretty nice. All right. And really good looking counters there. All right, let's move on. Counter sheet number 2. Let's see if I can zoom in on this one bad boy. There we go. Look at that. The camera even decided to work today. You got a stripe on them, which probably represents which division they were with, or which platoon they were with, or which leader. Maybe it's a leader. Maybe it's by leader. 55E, 93E. It sounds like divisions, though. 28E. Yes, very nice. All right, we'll take a look at some of the Frenchies here. Oh, they got some cavalry units there, as you can tell by the little horsies. Infantry units. They have some black units there, so I'm wondering if those are like elite units or something. Yeah, the good looking counters. I'm not going to complain at all. Again, punch in, punch out, and you're not going to have to worry about much nibbing or anything like that on the edge. You can see that is pretty decent. Not bad at all. All right. And now it's time for the camera to refocus. There you go. Mr. Camera's working today. Look at that. I'm very impressed. All right, another counter sheet. I'm I'm not going to zoom it up. It's basically the same thing. It's interesting. I think they made an error because this unit, this one unit, is two-sided. This unit right here. I think there's an error. I think there's an error. Because this is a two-sided unit. 5665. Oh, actually, no. This is a step down. It's not the same unit. I'm mistaken. It is not. It's 5665 and 5775. So maybe this is like a step down. Like when the unit takes damage or something. It was weird, though, that like all the others have got... There's a few other units that are two-sided on the upper left as well. Oh, yeah, you're right. There is a couple. Yep, my bad. Yep, there is a couple. So maybe there are step units. That's fine. That's no problem. I thought, oh, it kind of stuck out like a sore thumb, though. But you are absolutely correct. Phoenix, thank you. All right, we have some units, and then we've got... Looks like some admin markers, which are round. Oh, thank God. I hate it. I say I hate, but I don't like it when... admin counters are always the same shape and they're hard to represent. I mean, you can obviously see, like... Okay, if I put this unit on top, you can obviously see there's two things there. Give me my map. Where's my map? Give me a map. There we go. Huh? Does that look like two infantry units to you there? Does it look like two infantry units? No, it doesn't look like two infantry units. Why does it not look like two infantry units? Because they're different sizes and different shapes. I mean, this is not rocket science, board gamers. Come on now. It's very easy to see, oh, that guy must be on a terrain piece, or he's in the woods, or he's got low ammunition, or whatever the situation is, and I can easily see that. I can see that from a mile away. Wow, like... I mean, I know it's only 2025. You would have thought that they would have realized this 25 years ago. I'm just saying. All right. Anyways, good-looking counters. You got morale. You got low ammo. You got action completed markers. You got morale failed. You got light casualty units. You got heavy casualties. You have infantry is in squares, opportunity fire, medium casualties, good looking. Oh, wait a minute. Are you telling me that, wait a minute, we're going to use what, a third shape? Are you serious? Like, how can we use three shapes to represent different things? A hexagon? Are you kidding me? You can't use hexagons in war games. Hexagons are maps. And don't you have to match this to be the same size and shape as all your other units? This is broken. Oh my God. Like, it's taken them, like, literally 65 years to figure this out. Like, hey, we should probably make it a different size and a different shape. Okay, boys and girls, I'm going to ask you a question now. Right? Without looking, can you tell me which one of these units has got low ammo? Without looking now, can you tell me which one of these has got low ammo? Well, we know the low ammo is a round counter. This is not a round counter. This is a hexagon. So I don't need to pick up this unit to make sure. Oh, it must be this one right here. The hexagon represents terrain pieces. Alibis and rubble and breaches and objectives and burnt terrain. So when I look at a hexagon, I know it's a square piece. I know it's a terrain piece, and I realize that I don't have to. It's a unit that's sitting on this is not low ammo because it's a different shape. Oh my God! It's like the world is my oyster now. All of a sudden, the world is my oyster. I've been bitching about this for years. Years. It's about time somebody listened to me. There we go. All right. Look at that. Action completed. Morale failed. Casualties. All right. So you got how many sheets there? We got, oops, got a map in there now. Let's see how many sheets we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 counter sheets of stuff. All right. We got some range combat, move actions, melee combat, rifle squad, CRT, your total combat value, the range in hexes, and then either you miss or light wounds or medium wounds or heavy wounds. Combat value 5 plus 2 would be 7. So procedure. Note your range combat values. These are your combat value numbers. Add or subtract modifiers. Roll a die and add to your total combat value. Determine the range to your target. Cross-reference the total combat value with the range and apply results. So we'll say I got 5 plus 2, 7. I roll a die. We'll add 3. That's 10. We'll get 10. We'll say a range of 5. Boom. Light wounds. There you go. You got light casualties, medium, heavy, and company eliminated. There's some modifiers and some notes. I mean, we've already got this game pretty much figured out already. We have muskets, same thing, but different modifiers and different charts. All right. Pretty easy. Morale checks, terrain checks, what the different terrain pieces do. Terrain effect charts. The TEC. This is marksman units. And we have artillery unit charts. Again, same procedure, mostly the same procedure. Different charts for each one of them. That's interesting. Action summary charts. Move action, melee action, ranged, roll die. Your infantry squares for your French. That's interesting as well. Infantry square for your allies. You have melee combat results and the different modifiers, and melee is going to be over there in the top right. How about that? Morale check modifiers. Combat, non-combat. Here's your modifiers. Morale modifier summary. Come here, you. Sequence of play. Start of turn, action phase, end of turn. Then we've got some dice. Oh, the blue and the red D10s. Lovely. I love me D10s. D10s are my favorites. D10s are, to be honest, my favorite. And of course, they're blue for the Frenchies and red for the British. Alright. We have event cards. I hate to do this, but I'm going to just for you guys. I don't normally try to open these up. But I know a lot of people might be interested to check out what these cards look like. So we have, well, first of all, the back of the card looks rather good. Mortal wound, fixed bayonets, gate closed, fearful, crack shot, resourceful, eager for battle, orders, captured, fire, inspired, field promotion, hero, unnamed, second chance, extinguished, delayed, to the death, rain, evasive, rapid fire, fouled, rally, running low, reinforcements, and quick reaction. These are all of the events. Shuffles really nicely. Interesting, you get to manage squaring up. Cavalry charges must be detailed. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of too, Camp Sawyer. When they have the actual sheets like this, you're designing where and how your different elements of your element are going to go ahead and create the square, and how each one's going to go into different locations. That's pretty involved. That's definitely an interesting way of doing that. I've never seen that before, but again, not too much for tactical combat in Napoleonic either. So this is kind of a very interesting game that way as well. So we got some more events. Looks like all events. These are the blue events. So these are the Frenchies. Mortal wound, Lieutenant Negorce. Gate left open, fearful, crack shot, resourceful, eager for battle, orders, captured, fire, inspired, field promotion, hero, unnamed, no, unharmed. Second chance, rally, delayed, to the death, Lieutenant Vux. Evasive, ladder, fouled, stealth, running low, reinforcements, and quick reaction. There's Napoleon himself, it looks like. Alright, shuffle, very nice. They are actually very nice cards. They're very smooth. They're not kind of stuck together. You can see they very nicely go together. Very nice cards. Very nice. Yes, sirree. Not too shabby. I'm not going to complain. Then we have a bunch of cards here. Whoops. Come on, you. There we go. Much thicker pack. Let's see what's in here. Then we'll go through the rule booklet and we'll call this a live stream. Activations. Alright, so this is like your activation deck. These are different activating units. So yeah, there's your 54th Liège. Yeah. And then you have your old guard horse artillery. Alright, then you got the black ones. And the blue ones. First King's Dragoon Guards, Royal House Guard, RHA Foot Guards, First Foot Guards, etc., etc. So these are all of your different kind of. I think this is probably like. I'm just guessing, and I don't know. It's probably like your activating, right? So you're probably going to get all the different units cards, and they're going to shuffle them up, and then you're going to get to activate one of them. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. All right. So put those back in the bottom there. We got our counter sheets to go back in there. Got our map boards to go back in there. I'm going to bring the microphone over a little bit. All right, let's take a look at, I'm just going to slide this over out of the way for a little bit. Let's take a look at the introduction. Historic background. And some more of that. Then you have your module rules. I think they're going to try and make this like into a series, close quarter battles, I believe. Leader ranks, nationalities, markers, terrain. All right, scenario 1. So if you don't want to be spoiled by scenario information and you're watching this later on YouTube, just fast forward. And I'm not going to go over too much of this. In fact, I'm going to try and cover up most of this, so I'm not spoiling it. I just want to kind of show you how things are laid out and give you kind of a general gist of what we're talking about here. So you got a situation, you got the map, the victory conditions, the length, then the scenario rules, you got event cards, skirmishers, designer notes. So there is kind of the outline of that. And here are your French order of battles. You're going to get 2 activation cards. One for the first ledger and one for the second ledger. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. Deploy in Zone D. Deploy in Zone D. Activation cards, your different units. And then your Anglo-Allied Battle of Order. Activation cards, all formations. Markers. Objective A, B, and C. All units, which are going to represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Activation cards, which is your Royal Wagon Train. And then the units that represent that. And that is completely one scenario. So there you go. So kind of some outlines, some information. And then screenshots of all of the different units and the different cards you're going to be using for that scenario. And of course, if we're interested, there's a terrain effect chart in the back of the book. Some more of the squares. And also some of the charts that we've seen earlier are here in the back of the book with all of the summaries. And I'm going to try to see how many... Oh, look at this. This is kind of cool as well. There is a training scenarios turn by turn to play through. Turn 1, how to play. Turn 2, what happens. And you're basically going to go through this step by step by step. Turn 3, new units and attacking and blah, blah, blah. Turn 4. And then, trying to finish up the scenario. That's pretty good. I like that. So pretty detailed involvement, and I will probably go through that step by step for you guys. What I'm doing right now is I'm looking to see how many total scenarios there are in the books. Oh, there's a training scenario, obviously, which is nice. Training scenario. There is... looks like 9 scenarios in this book. 9 scenarios. Plus the training scenario makes it 10 total scenarios. I don't know if it tells us on the back cover. It tells us how many scenarios are in here. Six counter sheets, 2 maps, manuals, companion book, 5 double-sided player aids, 6 single-sided player aids, 2 dice, 1 plastic insert, 51 cards, and 50 event cards. Doesn't tell us how many scenarios it comes with. That's fine. I just thought a lot of times they do say how many scenarios there is. Doesn't, I can't see. Maybe it does, but I'm just not seeing it. All right. Yes, I really like short examples of play with games. I've been doing one with Fields of Fire and having a good time learning that game and helping others learn it as well. That's the best part. Here's the core rules. I'm going to flip through this kind of a little bit faster here. Introduction. Close Quarter Battles is a tactical game system that allows players to recreate specific actions from the most famous battles in the horse and musket era. The series begins with the Battle of Waterloo, June 18th, 1815, focused on the assault on the fortified farm of Le Haut Sainte and, oh my gosh, Hougoumont? Is French, so who knows. And hopes to demonstrate how ferocious the fighting was around these iconic locations that still bears the scars of that famous day. All right. I'm sure you people that have heard of these different locations are probably laughing at me right now. So stop laughing. It's not nice. Components. Infantry, cavalry, artillery. More artillery. Markers. Terrain. Activation and event cards. Setting up for play. Sequence of play. Start of turn, action phase, end of phase. Action deck, activation deck. Morale recovery checks, unit activations, command status, chain of command, leader movements, infantry leaders, heroes, artillery leaders, cavalry leaders, leader fate. Ooh, leader killed. Ooh, that's not good. Probably not going to be happy. Leaders in retreating. Independent units. Stacking. Columns. Infantry stacking up to 3 infantry companies. Up to 2 cavalry and 1 skirmish unit and 1 cannon and a crew. Those are your stacking limits. Infantry stacking. 2 to 4 companies can stack in a hex. When in square formation, 1 company can stack in a building hex. Oh. Tactical combat in the Napoleonic eras. That's so good. So good. Cavalry stacking, artillery stacking. I mean, name me another tactical level game in Napoleonics that maybe I'm missing. I'm trying to think of one. I just can't think of one. And I really think this looks really good. I really do. Morale checks. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Is this out of stock or pre-order? I don't see it on the website. This is a pre-released copy that I was sent by Lock and Load. Oh, everyone drink, and I don't have my drink with me. Everyone drink. So thanks to Lock and Load and David Heath for sending this to me, but I think this is a new game they got coming out shortly. Should be, this is a early pre-release reviewer's copy that Lock and Load sent to me. So I don't believe this is out yet currently. I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. I'll get to talk to David Heath today on the War Room at 4 o'clock p.m. right here on my channel. We're going to talk with David Heath. He is the guest today. And exciting news. Exciting news for the War Room. And I will just take just a second. I know this is very exciting news tonight. We have Mr. David Heath from Lock and Load. Everyone drink. Every time I say it, you got to drink. He's coming on the War Room show. It's been a long time since we've had him on the show. He's a great friend of the channel, a great friend of mine, personal friend of mine. And, you know, we support Lock and Load with everything that they do because we enjoy all their games and everything. And in return, David supports us by occasionally sending us some good free stuff. And so we appreciate that. And today at 4 o'clock, next week's show, so a week from tonight, we got Mark Herman coming on the show and going to be able to talk with Mark Herman, game designer extraordinaire. Mark Herman is coming on. That will be April 12th. Then, believe it or not, after months of working on this project, April 19th, we are actually going to get Gene Billingsley from GMT. The G in GMT is coming on our show April 19th. So just keep all that in mind, guys. All right. All right. Let's see. Morale fails. Attacking failed morale units. Non-combat. Moving out of... Oh, does that say column? Moving out of column? No, non-combat morale checks. Yeah, okay. Moving on to columns. Morale checks and outcomes. Terrain. The walls. Doors and gates. Courtyards. Adabas and barricades. Firing. Roads. Off-map hexes. Unit actions. Move actions. Attaching and detection cannons. Morale procedure. Charge action. Yeah, cavalry. When a cavalry initiates a melee, it is a charge action. An action can include movement of up to 5 movement points. If it starts its movement at least 2 hexes away from its intended target, the unit receives a 1x +2 die roll modifier except when attacking an infantry in a square, into a hex, or across a hex side that has a negative movement modifier. In other words, not open terrain. Morale movement. Melee morale checks are required for cavalry in the following circumstances: when attacking enemy cavalry, when attacking enemy infantry in a square formation. These checks occur only after movement, but are resolved before combat. Wow. Very excited to try some infantry tactical combat in Napoleonic days. That is going to be so good. Retreating, range combat, general rules, shooting actions. I think this is going to be a really good production. It's already looking really, really well. Really well done. And I'm not just saying that because Lock and Load is a good friend of ours, but I'm just saying it for myself. We have a nice index in the back of the book. I'm just looking at the... Oh, geez. Hello. There you go, camera. Sorry about that. I'm just looking at the production quality of this thing and what it can do. Now I'm going to show you something else, and I don't want anyone to get all bent out of shape. All right, I don't want anyone to get bent out of shape about this, but I was fortunate enough to be friends with Mr. David Heath, and he was kind enough to actually send me one of the very rare and very awesome... Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. I can't keep it in any longer. Canvas maps for this game. So, I am going to share with you the canvas maps because... Don't anyone get mad, okay? Don't anyone get upset about this, please. There is the canvas, and let's see if I can put something over here. And put something right here. And put something there. So there is the canvas map for this. And there's two of them. There's one underneath the one I just unrolled, but I'm not going to try to get it out. Or am I? This is amazing. I don't want to say anything at all because I feel very bad that David sent me one of these canvas maps. Obviously I didn't request this, and Mr. David Heath is very kind and generous to me, and he's always been very kind and generous to me. But this is amazing map, and the canvas is... It's awesome. I really, really like it. I love it, as a matter of fact, because I am not a big paper map guy, and I'm not a big cardboard map guy, which is the map that comes in here. Obviously, I have, you can only do what you can do. But most games that I play nowadays are unmounted maps, and... So for me to have the canvas maps is going to be huge, and it's going to make a huge difference for my enjoyment of playing this game. I know I'm very shallow, what can I say? But I like the mounted map. I like keeping things on my table flat, and I don't like paper maps because they're always folding up, and then you got to put plexiglass on the table. And me as a live streamer, YouTuber, having plexiglass on my table is like having the worst thing possible. It's just shiny, it's glossy, it's glary. Nobody can see anything. It looks like crap. It looks terrible. That's why this whole series is tear the shrink wrap off. Because I hate shrink wrap, I hate glare, I hate all that stuff. So for me, this is like the best gift. I got my birthday coming up in less than 2 weeks. This is like the best birthday gift I have gotten in years. This canvas map like this. This is a beautiful looking map, and it's very special. And it's not glossy, it's not glary. I can have my camera directly above it, and I don't have to worry about the counters, having everything all glossy and having the viewers not be able to share it. So, yeah, it's just really nice. And I'm going to try and just take off the top map so you guys can see the bottom one. There we go. There you go. And that is the canvas map for that as well. So, and then you can see this is, it's just a canvas looking map. Obviously, we would have to like try to bend over the edges and stuff. Just keep something there to keep it laying flat a little bit. Or put it down your floor for a couple days before you play it face down like this. And it will kind of flatten itself out, which is what I might do. Right, if we can flatten ourselves out, just like that. Looking great. And obviously, if I could get some more on there, I would. There we go. So, you know, keep that something like this for a couple days at home before you get to play, and flip it over when you're getting ready to play, and it'll probably lay extremely flat, which is awesome. So that is Close Quarter Battles in all of its glory, and I'm really, really happy with the production of this game. I'm really happy about what they're trying to do with this game in bringing new, interesting tactical combat. I love how they have different size counters for the terrain pieces, for the markers, for the units, and different shapes. I mean, that is amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing stuff. Again, I'm not just saying that because I'm a friend of David's and Lock and Load. Again, everyone has to drink. But I'm just saying that I wouldn't say that because I'm always trying to tell my viewers what I feel honestly, 100%. And that's why sometimes they get in trouble saying things, unfortunately. But I try to tell everyone the way it is, straight up. And I've been saying for years bad things about games from companies that I love because they don't do it the right way, or because I don't like the design, or I don't like the artwork, or whatever. I'm not just talking about war games. I'm talking about Euro games and sports games and everything. So this is a really good production. I think having the different shapes and the different size units are going to be very good for tactical combat. And I always appreciate the effort into the design by Lock and Load. You know, making the production just that much better. Having tons and tons. Having the spiral bound is, I've talked about how I love that. Having all of the extra, punch in, punch out, pre-rounded counters. I mean, that's going to save me, to be honest, if these are regular games and I had 6 counter sheets, that's like probably 6 or 8 hours of clipping that I'm going to have to sit down and do. And so I don't have to do that anymore. I love how they have all the extra player aids to help you, to help support you. The event cards, I like event cards. These are nice, good quality of cards. We already looked at those. So, the production and everything is through the roof with this. Very excited to give it a try. I love tactical games, and I really think that this is going to be interesting because, I've done tactical World War I, I've done tactical World War II, but I've never done tactical in Napoleonic. And so it's going to be a completely new experience for me, and I'm very excited to try it out. So anyways, that is going to be Close Quarter Battle Waterloo by Lock and Load Publishing. If you have any thoughts or questions about this game, come today. At 4 o'clock, we have Mr. David Heath on our War Room show today. He's going to be answering probably all kinds of questions as we're going to have thoughts about all the new games that is being released and talk about, the production of the games and all the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I'm really impressed with this game, and I think it's going to be something special. I really do. So that is Close Quarter Battle Waterloo. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, you learned anything, hit that like button down below. Just let not even for myself, just let Lock and Load know that you appreciate that we got to share this information. And the more you guys support me, the more the Lock and Load will support me as well, and give me these opportunities to share these things with you guys. So I would greatly, greatly appreciate you guys hitting that like button. It would be immensely great for me in the long run. And again, if you enjoyed this Close Quarter Battle at Waterloo, you can find out more information over at the Lock and Load Publishing website, or today at 4 o'clock when we talk to Mr. David Heath. Until then, everyone, you have a great night, great day. If we're seeing this later on YouTube, we'll see you next time. Until then, take care, everybody. Have a good day.